Hey guys, so I guess we're back. This is John,
That was Ricky.
and we're gonna do some astrology talks. We'll definitely get the whole channel locked and loaded for you guys. It's gonna be a thing. But right now, we're gonna be taking a moment. We're gonna dive into John's story a little bit. And John, I just want you to jump into astrology in your life. Why? Why should anyone that has never come into this astrology understood what astrology is? Why should we give a shit?
Why should we? Oh, bro, dude, astrology is ridiculously powerful. What it's done for me is it's changed the way that I've utilized my energies in my life. It's done this kind of alchemy where I have learned how to make more productive choices. I've learned how to take wiser note of what it is that I'm doing, why I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, and the best ways that's going to work out for me. It's done so much. Like honestly, when I first came to it, I had the burning question that everyone has in life when they're trying to figure their shit out, especially in their late teens or their early 20s. Like, who the fuck am I? Like, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? I have all these ideas swirling in my head, and I don't know how to make sense out of myself or them. Astrology really pinpointed experiences that I had. It felt like my life was reflected in this circle with 10 little planets and all these little different signs and dividers. And it was like, how could something be this accurate and not myself? It really honed in on key parts of my personality that I felt happen. There were energy patterns that kept showing up. You know, like relationships that kind of repeated the same problems,
Yeah.
but also the same joys. Uh, what is it? When I move from job to job, there's a reason, and that reason has been consistent because there is something that I am reaching toward. That astrology was like, yeah, we thought you would do something like that, and it's resonated really deep with me. I've been able to utilize it to help me grasp not just myself better, but what I'm going to do with myself. It's one of my firm beliefs that like you're not here on accident. Now you may not have been a planned child, but that doesn't make any difference. The universe had something for you here,
Definitely.
and you have something for the universe to give. My strongest belief is that when you show up, God does the work. Right, that you are here to be the used you that you can be. Astrologically speaking, right, the planets moving will never hit the same spot again. Me and Ricky are gonna go deeper into that a little bit later, maybe in another video. But you will not exist ever again. Do you not understand that it is imperative that you become the used you that you can be? And I know I sound like Dr. Seuss, but he was a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Seuss said some wise ass shit.
Definitely.
And if you're not listening to Dr. Seuss, what are you doing with your life? Astrology has been a guide. You know what I'm saying? It's allowed me to understand other people and give compassion for who they are. It's helped me understand why they have certain conflict in their minds and in their hearts and in their lives that I'm both fortunate to not have, and sometimes unfortunate that I have my own problems that other people can't understand. It's been something that has allowed me to be empathetic, understand better. I want to help, I want to love, I want to give of all that I have to the world around me. One of my favorite quotes from, I believe it's Tony Robbins, he says, if you want to make $1 billion, you want to give 1 billion people value. And astrology is the tool in which I want to use. It's impacted me so deeply, and I've been able to use it to help other people. That it's gotten to a point I can look at someone's chart and I can look in their eyes and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, I totally see your Mars in Virgo. I totally see your moon in Gemini. You know what I mean?
Dude, not to cut you off, man. Not to cut you off. You're on fire. But what I think we do need to come back to is, yes, this is how it's been for your life, but I think we need to get a little bit more in the reflection of, I don't know anything about astrology. What does this code do for me? You know,
Okay.
it's not just about the sun sign, man. Like that, everyone's like, "Oh, cool, you're Taurus, or you're
Yeah.
whatever." You're like,
So
it's more about like, what the heck does that mean?
Okay.
What do I do in my day-to-day life that changes because of that?
Okay, so a quick rundown. Totally, we're going to pick up in another video. There are 10 planets. Is the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, etc. Well, actually, that's all 10. Each of these correspond to a different part of the mind. What I found really interesting about astrology is that the way that Sigmund Freud is known for breaking up the mind into the id, the ego, the superego, astrology kind of does a similar thing, and it maps out different elements of the person, the mind, and the personality. So, for instance, the moon sign, the moon is the planet of emotional response, of intuition, of instinct. right? Me and Ricky both have ours almost the same sign. Like mine is 0 degrees Aries, his is 1 degree
1 degree
Aries,
is it's
right?
practically almost the same, just 1 degree of the 365 of where in the exact sky the moon was born. When we were born, where the moon was exactly.
And that's significant. We have a brotherhood. Anyone who knows us knows that. But for instance, with this moon planet, the sign that it's in, right? That's how energy will be translated. That's how it'll show up. So we both have moon in Aries. So Aries is the sign of the fighter, of the warrior, even the child. You know, this is archetypal energy, right? You can, you know, anyone who has a friend who they know is in Aries, they can see how aggressive they can be, how combative, but also how funny, how
It's the act of will. It's the act of passion and will, the spark of the match that represents Aries. We literally can't contain ourselves. We don't try to cut people off. And when there's something so intriguing, we're like, yeah, and then you have to like cut off to basically understand there's so much passion in that communication, and we like diving into things. There's a little bit of a challenge. We'll step up to that. But what really I think is the beneficial means is something we do, definitely as friends, roommates, and probably whatever we do with this channel, is that, you know, we'll go through what we need to do. There's an act of some courage that is with Aries moons, where we're gonna go through our soul shit. We're not gonna we're not gonna just let that subside and throw it under the rug. It's to be dealt with. It's to be taken out and burn the old leaves that need to be recycled through the nature.
We are birth and we are pioneers. That's a strong element of it. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. So, for people who don't know anything about astrology, people who are like, okay, well, I'm watching this video because my friend told me about it, whatever, I'm trying to support these guys, whatever, I don't really care. There is something of value, and even if you don't want to do the work to see it, come to us and we'll do half that work for you. You just got to show up and be authentic and be real, and we're gonna help you out. Like that's
because we will outdo you in authenticity if you don't bring that to the fucking table.
Oh, we're gonna shut you up.
Definitely.
Anyone who knows